I just appreciate y'all checking me out, tuning in. I hope everybody's having a good night, good week so far. Oh, yes. Please subscribe to my dog's channel, Chloe the Chewini. I started that just for fun, and I've got some cute videos of her on there and some dog information. PJ says, "Well, good night, everyone. I'm going to run and see who's on. Feel better soon, Echo." Thank you, PJ. I will. Definitely, definitely feel better. Well, thank y'all so much for coming tonight and hanging out, wishing me well. I'm not, I said those things that I have. Uh-oh. Oh, Lisa D. I use, oh, you're back. Good. She was just saying she has 40 subscribers and no videos, and she'd like to learn to do a video. You can just record on your phone and put that straight on YouTube, or you can, get a program like I use, Canva, and make
You can
videos
do
out of it.
15-second videos of your dog or your sandwich you're fixing to eat. And just put it straight to your phone, no editing, and see how many people start watching them.
Yep.
Yeah, but I had talked to my nephew.
Oh, that's okay. I told him about your trip a little bit, about going to Florida and your
Yeah,
grandson's birthday and
he
all
had a
that.
blast. It was
Yeah.
so much fun, that jumping place. $25 for 90 minutes to go and jump, but they didn't even care. We were over there more than 90 minutes, and they didn't even say anything. So they don't
Yeah.
watch it. They need a
I was
better
going to say
watch.
it's really hard for him to keep track of, who came in at what time and all that.
Right. Now
Well,
some places have little bands, and on the or the person that comes in with them gets a little thing, and when the timer goes off,
yeah,
you have to leave. But they didn't have anything like that.
that's what Lisa D, that's what Norma and I thought too before we started our channel. Everybody that's on YouTube, they make it look so easy, and you think, oh, I could do that. You just sit there and talk to somebody, but you know, you don't realize all you have to learn how to do. And sometimes you can learn a lot of things really fast though. Norma says, yeah, I'm going to have to go. 5 comes real early and I'm wore out, but love you, Echo. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Norma. I know that's part of my problem, I'm sure, is getting up so doggone early. And I haven't been getting a lot of good sleep. So,
Yeah.
but I would encourage anyone um, to try it, to get on YouTube and try to have a channel. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it does take time to learn things, and but it's a learning process. So, you're never going to know everything before you start out. Sometimes you just have to start doing it. So, how long did it take you to get to the 4,000 watch hours in your subs?
Well, I started in 2015, but I only had 32 subscribers as of October. I didn't do anything with it, so I probably lost all those hours. So from October actually till Saturday this week, it took that many months. What is it? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. About 7 months. But I have seen people who come on. There's somebody I watch. His name is Lim Walker. He's a tree cutter. He had his watch hours and his subs within a month or less than a month.
Yeah.
You just got to, like, if your husband's got a business and he sits there and cuts trees all day, go start videoing him. You'll make some money
Mm-hmm.
because they like to watch danger.
Oh, yeah. I
Kind of,
imagine cutting trees is kind of dangerous sometimes.
yeah. But he would get on this rope, and the way he had these things fixed on his feet and climb with nothing there, pulling the rope the way he had it fixed. And it's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So and another good thing right now is dogs, cats, animals are really good to video. So, and to get your a lot of subs right now, the end thing is doing shorts. But then you need to get on and go live. If you do nothing but do what I do and sit there in the kitchen, wash my dishes, and talk while you're washing dishes. If you're on your phone and you can walk around and you got it where you can set it down, take it to your bedroom if you want to see your bedroom and while you're making your bed up.
Hey,
I,
Christine, how you doing?
I stick to the living room and kitchen mainly.
Lisa
So,
D says, I have a dog, but she's old. He is old and sleeps a lot.
that doesn't
Well,
matter. Take a picture of the dog sleeping. They love
that's
it.
right. Um, Chloe, she's just comical. She does stuff sometimes that's just really hilarious. But then a lot of times it's hard to video her because she's running around, playing and everything. Oh gosh, Loyal, that's terrible. I hope it doesn't last too long, and I hope you get her to leave it alone. She's got a black golden doodle, and she's that time of month, and so she's trying to have a diaper on her. Oh goodness. All right, always. We'll see you later, girl. Thanks for coming.
But if I don't make anything but the $40 from the TeamU, I hadn't lost really anything except my time sitting here doing what I like to do.
Well, and you're going to make money. It just seems like it takes so long to get to that point. You know, before long you'll be monetized for a year and you'll be looking back thinking, boy, that year went by fast. So
Yeah, I mean, you don't make a lot of money. I know YouTube does take, I think, 40%, but I'm here for the fun, and why not get what I can get out of them instead of letting YouTube have it all? There are channels that have lots and lots and lots of subscribers, lots and lots of subs, but they don't want to be monetized because they don't want to fool with the money part of it.
mhm.
But you're still getting ads on yours, and they're still making money off of you. So why not get your 50 cents, your dollar, your $2?
Yep, exactly. And then
Uh,
too, you can have you get the super stickers and the super chats, and you can have memberships. and you can do, special membership lives where only for members, and things like that. And there's a lot you can do to to make more money. um
Yeah. Now some of them only do part of it. I don't know how much I'll do when I'm able to do it, but because figuring out lives is going to be a challenge. I do live all the time, but private lives, when it's mainly the same thing that everybody else has been seeing. So it might have to be where I go live at a park where no, where only members can see it, or go live only at the beach when I go to the beach.
hmm
And
well, seeing
I,
just like how we're taking this trip this summer, you can make videos on the trip, and then do those, be like, if you have your membership by then, be like, okay, here's some exclusive, not seen by anybody clips from the beach or whatever,
yeah,
and do special stuff just for your members or whatever.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty transparent when it comes to my stuff. I'm just like, yeah, I'll put it out there.
I do too. Yeah, I'll put anything out there, whether it's good or bad. And I'm not great at editing. And some people say, "Oh, I only like edited videos." Well, I like seeing it from start to finish. So if you don't like what I put out there, don't watch my video because I'm not going to edit most of them.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you and I have talked, you have to do it the way that you're comfortable with. You have to do what makes you feel good about it. You can't try to be somebody that you're not. And somebody else might do stuff on their channel, and you might be like, "Oh, that's really cool, but I don't want to do that." Or I don't want to have to do it like that. And you don't. Everybody can do everything the way they want to on their own channels, and that's the beauty of it. There's really no, I mean, yes, there's rules, there's things YouTube won't let you do, and certain things you have to do a certain way. But as far as your content, what you decide to put out, that's totally up to you.
Right.
you know
Yeah.
and you may have people who, um like a lot of the shows that like have kids. People watch them because they like seeing those kids grow up and stuff, and they like seeing how the parents deal with the children or whatever like that. And you feel, you get invested in that family, and so you feel like you want to watch them because you want to see what's happening, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's other people who, they don't want that. That's not what they're looking for. you know they want something totally different. And then there's other people out there that just want to have fun. And you know then there are some people who want true crime, or they want, like you said, danger or whatever. It just, there's so many different things that people could be interested in, that everybody, there's a place out there for everybody, I think, because
Yeah.
everybody's a unique individual, and we're all going to have a different take on it you know
Yeah. I watch dumpster divers. I watch storage lockers. I watch the guys that take the metal detectors and the magnet fishing. So if that's not your cup of tea, then don't watch it.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing, you never know what you're going to like. I mean, you might think, well, that doesn't sound interesting to me, but then you start watching it. Have you ever seen those, like the Deadliest Catch, where they're out on the big boats?
Yes.
Or even there's ones where they are, looking for gold. They're drilling in the ocean for the gold. And I mean, there's just all kinds of things like that. And I've watched them before and said, oh, I would never watch something like that. But then you start watching it and you find out it is kind of interesting. Let me watch that.
Yeah,
And I
they were
think,
filming that show on Discover where they did the Deadliest Catch,
uh-huh.
and captain of the boat had a heart attack while they were filming, and they just kept rolling.
Yep. Yep.
He passed away. they got the Coast Guard there, but he passed away. But a lot of people like I call that danger, and they like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, and I'm not, I used to go camping as a kid and stuff, but I'm not much into the survival type of things, but or the prepper type of thing. But I do like watching it. I mean, it's like, to me, it's interesting, some of the things that, if you know about them, you might last longer if you did get stranded somewhere, or you know, something like that or whatever. But there's just a wide variety of things on YouTube. Just about anything you can think of. If you search it on YouTube, you're going to find a channel doing that.
yeah. You'll never know what you find until you go look.
Nope. And then when you start looking, you'll be amazed at what all you find.
I mean, there are lots of crocheters and knitters out there. And I thought, well, there's too many. Well, then someone asked me, why don't I do some more crochet videos and show them how to crochet? Well, I can do that, but I felt like that there are more experts out there than I am that do it for a living.
Well,
There's
but
one, huh?
Somebody might be wanting to learn, just how to get started, just the basics. And then somebody else might be like, I'm already pretty good, I just want to know, the harder stuff or whatever. But there's a channel for that too, I'm sure. I don't know why
There
my
is.
camera is making me blurry. I feel blurry.
There's a crochet crowd
Yeah.
who,
And plants, there's plant people out there. I mean, there's anything you can think of, just about out there.
yeah,
And I mean, I don't think I know a whole lot about anything, but I have lived for 60 years, and I feel like I've been through some things, and I've dealt with some things, and if anything that I know or anything that I found out about living this life or whatever, if I can help one person, then it's been worth it for me. Lisa D said she went dumpster diving and found some peanut butter and jelly, and she found some coffee, and none of it was expired. So that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I watch a guy from Australia, and a lot of time, and I watch a guy from Michigan. But a lot of times, the reason they throw this stuff away is a say a Coke bottle gets popped open, and it gets all over and so they have to throw all 12 of them away, and there may be only one bad one in the whole thing. Or you're going to get peanut butter and jelly like she found. Well, somebody may have, one of the jars may have been busted en route, and so they can't serve all that. But you can take it home, wash the jars off.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And you got to think of these companies, they have to have some loss to write off for their tax purposes. They can't show 100% profit. They have to have some, loss. And I
yeah,
know when I worked at Walmart, there were a lot of things that got written off and then got thrown out. There were some things that we had to send back to the warehouse, and then they had to send them back, um, to the individual seller. But a lot of times and that's something else, when you work in retail, you learn. Like Walmart is one that in order for you to sell your product in a Walmart, you have to agree to give them 100% credit on all returned items. Well, a lot of people don't want to have to take all that return stuff, back. And so Walmart's not going to let them be in their store, because if you're not willing to give Walmart 100% of their money back, they're not going to deal with your product. But so therefore, if you're going to get 100% replacement value or whatever on the return items, what do you do with the item that you can't sell? Then they're just going to throw it away. But they keep track of everything and write everything off. But yeah, there's a lot of waste. Yes. I mean, if you don't mind that it was in, and then too, there's dumpsters that are open trash and nastiness, and then there's dumpsters that the items are just gently set there and you can just get them out. Just depends on the situation. Yep, brand new curtains and it said return on the cardboard. Exactly. Terrible waste. When I worked at Walmart, there was a Chick-fil-A down the street, and the Chick-fil-A's are closed on Sundays. And so Saturday nights they would come and bring us salads that they had made up ahead of time that wouldn't keep until Monday, wraps, just all kinds of stuff, and just give it to the nighttime employees there. And that was really nice. It was still good and free, and we loved when they would come. But a lot of companies don't do that. They just throw it out. And that's why I don't understand. There's people starving in this country, and people would rather throw things away than somehow get it in the hands of the people that need it. You got stuff draining. I can hear
it. Yeah, I do.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that's the beauty of YouTube. You can find anything you want to find. And I'm guilty of it myself. I'll say, I Google things, and I'll look, and most times you Google something, it sends you right back to YouTube because there's a YouTube video showing you how to do it. And that's something I should have done, but I didn't have my channel back then when the baby was little. I bought a lot of, like swings and walkers and those little bouncy chairs and things like that secondhand. And I took them completely apart and washed everything and sanitized everything. And a lot of those, I had to look up videos on to find out, how do you get this apart? How do you get the seat off of this? And how do you, or I'd take something apart and couldn't remember how to put it back on. And I'd have to watch a video to, to put the thing back together. But I got really good at being able to tear them apart and clean them and put them back together. And my daughter would, see something like at a yard sale or something, and it'd be kind of dingy looking or whatever. And she'd be like, well, Mom, you think you can clean it up? And I'm like, I'll give it a chance, a shot. And I'd get it and I'd tear that thing apart, and it looked brand spanking new when I was done with it. And if I had had my channel and had thought about it, I would have done before and after, and shown what I did to clean the stuff up. But I didn't, and I don't have to do that right now because, she's pretty well outgrown what we had, and we saved everything. Excuse me. So if there's a baby number 2, a lot of it, we won't have to replace. We still have. So, but that's why I'm a firm believer in, buying from Goodwill or secondhand stores, thrift stores, whatever. Most things are perfectly fine. Somebody just didn't want it anymore, or somebody passed away and they had to clean out their house and they just donate everything. Lisa D says, yes, one person I talked to, he worked at a waste company. He said, sadly, they get more money from the government for disposal than if they donate items to a food pantry. Exactly. How messed up is that? That our government would pay them more money than to just let them donate the food. It doesn't make sense.
There's farmers who plant crops, and then when the crop's time to harvest it, they're planting it for the government, for stores and whatever. They'll tell them, we don't want it. You've already planted it. So that's when, they need to give it to people that need it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. 'Cause, 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 'cause Oh, me.
Roxanne, I'm gonna have to run to the bathroom.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you entertain people for a minute. I'll be back.
no problem. Yeah, the world's very messed up. That's the way they do it, you know? They don't want you to have anything. Now, some of our grocery stores donate their stuff and some of them don't, you know, and but some of them, the corporate won't let them donate it. They just have to throw it away, and that's why you find it in the dumpster. I watched a guy named Grab It Fast from Michigan, and he had someone going with him dumpster diving for a while, but that got where the other guy didn't show up anymore, you know, and so about a month ago on his videos, he started taking his 10-year-old son with him, and people are, why are you letting a 10-year-old son go dumpster diving? Why are you letting him get in the dumpster? But his son's been wanting to go dumpster diving with him since he was little. And he, you know, Daddy said, you're too little when you turn 10. He turned 10. He said, Daddy, I want to go dumpster diving with you. And so he goes with him, and he said, I don't have to tell him to get in the dumpster. He says, Dad, I want to get in the dumpster. I've heard of that too. Yep. My friend used to work for a t-shirt company. They made t-shirts. Monday they made them for Target, or well back then it was like Kmart. Tuesday they were made for Macy's. Wednesday they were made for another store. The only difference in the lower brand stores and the higher brand store was one thread count, which really wasn't. It might have been 60. Then it would go to 61. I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but anyway. But people say, "Oh, I don't want anything but the name brand. I don't want no cheap stuff." But it's all coming out of the same factory. That your shirt may be blue and theirs may be red. Well,
Oh,
so it just depends on where you live, what kind of store you got, and how much it's going to cost you to buy that item. I was telling them about my friend worked at a t-shirt company. One day they made clothes for Kmart, and the next day they made clothes for Macy's. You know, shirts, t-shirts, and it was just one thread different. Are you okay?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sick. I'm nauseated really bad.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Mm. It was about time to end the show then.
Yeah, I think I better. All right. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it. And I will see you hopefully Thursday night. Good night now.